Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a deep breath and prepare your hearts, because the message I'm about to deliver today will challenge everything you thought you knew about the world around you and the power that lies within what you consume. You see, there's a hidden realm around us, a dimension that many fail to recognize, but I assure you, it is more real than the very air you breathe. It's a realm where forces, seen and unseen, work tirelessly to control, influence, and ultimately destroy the lives of those who walk blindly through it. And the most insidious weapon in the hands of these dark forces, these unseen enemies, is something you deal with every single day. Food. We live in a world where food has become a symbol of celebration, of connection, of life itself. Yet, what if I told you that some of the food you're eating today is not merely nourishment for your body, but a tool used by dark forces disguised as innocent sustenance to control your mind, weaken your body, and even attack your soul? You may laugh, you may scoff, but hear me out. Because in the very foods that you think are harmless, there are spiritual and physical consequences that go unnoticed, consequences that can destroy you from the inside out. Let me paint a picture for you. You're sitting at the table, surrounded by the comforts of life, the food you love, the food you've been told is a treat. But behind every bite, there's a hidden agenda, a secret strategy at work. And if you're not careful, if you're not wise, you might find yourself being manipulated and controlled by something you're supposed to have dominion over. Now you might ask, what are these foods? What are these weapons of attack? Well, let's start with the first one, sugar. Ah, yes, the sweet temptation that calls to us, promising comfort, a sense of joy and relief from the stresses of life. We've all been there. The sugar high, the sweetness that dances on your tongue, the relief it gives you after a long day. But what you don't know is that sugar is one of the most destructive forces at work today. It's a drug, a silent predator that lures you in with a promise of temporary satisfaction only to destroy your body and mind. Sugar weakens your immune system, messes with your brain chemistry, and even creates an environment in your body where disease can thrive. And here's the worst part. It clouds your judgment, numbs your mind, and keeps you from thinking clearly. The enemy knows that if they can cloud your mind, they can control your decisions, and how easy it is to do that when you're addicted to sugar. But it doesn't stop there. The second weapon I need to expose is processed foods. These foods are everywhere, packaged, labeled, easy to consume. The convenience is undeniable. But don't be deceived. Behind that packaging lies a chemical assault on your body. You see, processed foods are stripped of their natural nutrients, replaced by artificial additives, preservatives, and flavor enhancers. These chemicals serve one purpose: to keep you coming back for more. They addict your taste buds, manipulate your cravings, and create a cycle of dependence. And what do you think happens when your body is overloaded with chemicals? It becomes sluggish, weak, and vulnerable. When your body is under attack, it loses its ability to function at its highest potential. Your immune system is compromised, your energy levels plummet, and before long, you're a prisoner to the very foods that were supposed to serve you. But wait, there's more. The third weapon, and perhaps one of the most overlooked, is refined flour. I know what you're thinking: bread, pasta, pastries, all these things we love, right? And while there's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying these foods in moderation, the problem lies in how these refined flours are processed. You see, the refining process strips away the natural nutrients, leaving behind a substance that behaves like sugar in your body. It spikes your blood sugar, creates an insulin response, and throws your body into a state of confusion. When your blood sugar is constantly elevated, your body is forced to store fat, leading to weight gain, inflammation, and hormonal imbalances. And once again, this creates a cycle that's difficult to break. It's not just the food, it's the attack on your willpower, your discipline, your ability to make clear choices. Refined flour doesn't just fill your stomach, It fills your mind with cravings and desires that prevent you from reaching your true potential. Now let's talk about the fourth attack, fried foods. How we love the crispy texture, the satisfying crunch. But deep fried foods are not just a culinary indulgence, they are a trap. When food is fried in unhealthy oils, it forms compounds that are toxic to your body. These compounds promote inflammation, increase your risk of heart disease, and damage your cells. But the most dangerous part is the emotional attachment you develop to the experience of eating fried foods. It becomes a comfort, an escape, a reward. But the reward is not health, it's a slow destruction. And each bite takes you further away from the person you were meant to be. When your body is in a constant state of inflammation, your mind is foggy, your energy is drained, and your capacity to live at your highest potential is severely compromised. I must address the fifth weapon, artificial sweeteners. These are the silent assassins of our generation. You see, many people turn to artificial sweeteners as a way to satisfy their sweet tooth without the calories, but what they don't realize is that these sweeteners are just as destructive, if not more so, than sugar. Artificial sweeteners interfere with your body's natural ability to regulate hunger and satiety, leaving you more susceptible to overeating. They also disrupt the balance of your gut microbiome, which plays a key role in everything from digestion to mental health. When your gut is out of balance, your body is in chaos. You can no longer trust your cravings, your appetite, or your ability to make sound decisions. What I'm sharing with you today is not just about food, it's about empowerment. It's about taking control of your life and choosing to live in a way that is aligned with your highest purpose. You were not created to be a slave to your cravings, to your appetites, to the influences around you. You were created to live in freedom, to walk in power, and to make decisions that honor the body and mind that were given to you. So, I challenge you today to take a hard look at what you're putting into your body. Understand that every meal is a choice to either build yourself up or tear yourself down. Every bite you take is either an act of self-discipline or self-sabotage. I'm not saying you can't enjoy food. No, that's not the message. What I'm saying is that you must be discerning, you must be aware, and you must stop allowing yourself to be controlled by things that serve you no good. If you want to rise to your highest potential, if you want to live a life of clarity, strength, and purpose, then it starts with what you choose to eat. You have the power to say no to the foods that are attacking your body, your mind, and your spirit. You have the power to choose life over destruction, health over sickness, and clarity over confusion. Make that choice today. Take control of your destiny and stop allowing the food to control you. The time to rise is now. The time to break free from these attacks is now. And the time to begin living the life you were always meant to live is now. Every day we are presented with an abundance of choices. We walk into stores, we sit down at restaurants, and we are surrounded by options, many of them seemingly harmless, even beneficial. But let's not be deceived by appearances. The world around us is strategically designed to feed us not just food, but also ideas, habits, and dependencies. The forces that control what we consume understand the power of repetition, the power of convenience, and the power of our desires. I want you to think about how often you eat without really thinking about what you're eating. How often do you pick up that sugary snack, that processed meal, or that seemingly harmless drink without truly considering the impact it will have on your life? It's not just about the immediate satisfaction. It's about the long-term consequences that accumulate over time. Every bite of food you consume contributes to your mental clarity, your energy, and even your spiritual well-being. What you feed your body will determine what your body is able to do, and more importantly, how effectively you will live out your purpose on this earth. And this isn't just about avoiding a few foods because they're unhealthy. No, it's about understanding the deeper significance behind the choices you make. It's about seeing food not just as fuel for your body, but as a spiritual act. The way you nourish your body can either help you connect with your higher self and purpose, or it can create a barrier that keeps you trapped in mediocrity. When you're constantly bogged down by inflammation, poor digestion, and low energy, you're not in a position to live the life you were meant to lead. You are distracted, disoriented, and disconnected from your true calling. Think about the energy it takes to push through a day when you've been eating foods that drain you. You can feel it in your body, that heaviness, that lack of focus, the sluggishness that creeps in even before lunchtime. It's not just your body fighting back, it's your spirit, your very essence, reacting to what you've been feeding it. The foods you eat either build you up or break you down. You can either fuel your mission or sabotage it, one meal at a time. There's also a psychological element to food that we can't ignore. Have you ever found yourself turning to food in times of stress, sadness, or boredom? It's not just hunger driving you, it's emotions, habits, and a deep-seated need to comfort yourself in ways that don't truly nourish you. Many people fall into cycles of emotional eating, where they reach for the very foods that will hurt them most. The sugar, the processed snacks, the fast food, they offer a temporary escape, a distraction from the real issues. But the truth is they never solve the problem. Instead, they create new ones, and over time, those new problems compound, leading you into cycles of addiction, self-doubt, and despair. So I ask you, why are you feeding yourself the very thing that weakens your ability to act, to think, to be fully present in your purpose? Why are you allowing external influences, whether they come from marketing, culture, or sheer habit, to dictate what you put into your body? It's time to break free from the lies that have been sold to us. You are not a victim to your cravings. You are not bound by what's easy or convenient. You have the power to choose, to take control of your health, and to make the decisions that align with your highest destiny. Consider this for a moment. Every time you decide to choose something that is healthy, something that truly nourishes you, you are making a statement to the universe about your worth, your value, and your intent. You are saying, I honor myself enough to make the right choices, to respect the body I've been given. And with each healthy choice, you move one step closer to becoming the person you were destined to be. It's not just about avoiding the bad. It's about choosing what's good, what's best, and what will serve you in the long run. You are in control of your health, and with that control comes the responsibility to make decisions that will lead you to a brighter future. The question then becomes, what are you willing to do to take back your health? What changes are you willing to make, not just for your body, but for your mind, your spirit, and your future? If you want to live a life of power, if you want to walk in clarity and wisdom, you must start by taking care of the vessel that carries you through this life. Your body is your temple, your foundation, your starting point. If you neglect it, if you allow outside influences to poison it, how can you possibly expect to stand strong in the world? Every change you make in your diet is a declaration of your commitment to your highest potential. It's about more than just avoiding the attacks. It's about building resilience, strength, and clarity. It's about setting a standard for yourself that says, I will no longer accept less than what I deserve. I will no longer allow unhealthy foods to undermine my purpose. It's time to reclaim your strength. It's time to take back control over the foods that enter your body. It's time to start nourishing yourself with the foods that bring life, energy, and vitality. Foods that are in alignment with who you truly are. Foods that empower you to live in your full potential. This is your moment. This is your time to break free from the chains of unhealthy eating habits and step into a future of clarity, vitality, and purpose. You are in control. You have the power. Now it's time to choose life. Choose the foods that will elevate you, empower you, and strengthen you for the mission ahead. The journey to transformation starts with one choice. Make it today. Your body, your mind, your future, and your purpose are all depending on it. The power is in your hands. Choose wisely. And I want you to recognize something truly powerful here. Your choices, every single choice. We often think we're making decisions in isolation, but what we fail to realize is that every action we take ripples out and affects more than just our immediate selves. What you choose to eat affects your relationships, your work, your mindset, and even the energy you bring into a room. Think about it. When you're energized, clear, and vibrant, you radiate that energy outwards, influencing those around you in ways that can uplift them, inspire them, and even change their lives. But when you're sluggish, foggy, or irritable because of the foods you're putting into your body, that energy goes the opposite direction. It drags you down. And more importantly, it impacts your ability to serve those around you, to fulfill your mission, and to step fully into your purpose. Now let's dig deeper into the concept of control, because at the core of this conversation, that is what we are talking about: control. Are you in control of your eating habits, or are your habits controlling you? This isn't just about discipline, it's about sovereignty. It's about taking full ownership of what goes into your body, not letting the world around you dictate what's going to nourish you. The power to choose is one of the most sacred things you possess. Every time you eat, you are engaging in an act of control. You are determining whether you are giving your body what it needs to operate at its peak, or whether you're allowing it to fall victim to external forces. If you give in to every craving, if you succumb to every marketing message, if you fall for every easy option that comes your way, you are handing over your power. You are surrendering control to those who wish to keep you weak, distracted, and disconnected. But I challenge you to take back that control. It starts with one decision, one meal, one choice. You are not powerless in this arena. You don't have to be a victim of your circumstances or cravings. When you decide that your health is more important than convenience, when you make the conscious decision to choose foods that serve your body, you are reclaiming your sovereignty. You are walking into your greatness. Think about the life you want to live. Think about what you're here to do, the impact you want to make, the legacy you want to leave. If you want to step into that vision fully, you cannot allow unhealthy foods to keep you stuck. You cannot allow them to be the reason you're not operating at your highest level. Now, I want you to reflect on the foods you've been consuming. Have they been serving you, or have they been feeding into a cycle of addiction, distraction, and disempowerment? When you look at the sugar, the processed foods, the refined flour, the fried foods, and the artificial sweeteners, what do they represent? They represent a system designed to keep you complacent, distracted, and disconnected from your true self. But you don't have to buy into that system. You have the power to break free. The first step is awareness. Simply recognizing that what you put into your body has far-reaching consequences is the first breakthrough. But awareness is just the beginning. Now you must act. You must start making decisions that reflect the power and control you have over your life. As you begin to make those healthier choices, I want you to notice the changes in your energy, your clarity, and your ability to focus. You'll start to see the fog lift. Your body will thank you, your mind will thank you, and your life will start to align with the purpose you've been called to fulfill. But here's the thing, you cannot expect to make these changes and then go back to the same old habits. This is not about temporary change. This is about creating a new lifestyle, a new identity, one where you are the master of your choices, not a slave to your cravings. A life where you rise above the temptation to settle for convenience over vitality. It's about making choices that align with your highest self, even when the world around you tells you it's okay to indulge. You're not just rejecting unhealthy foods. You're rejecting mediocrity. You're rejecting anything that would hold you back from your best life. I know that making these changes isn't always easy. The world around you is designed to pull you in. It's designed to make unhealthy choices feel easy, feel natural. But you are not the sum of your circumstances. You have the power to rise above what the world tells you is normal. and to create a new standard for yourself. This isn't about perfection, but about progress. Every small step, every healthy choice compounds over time to create the person you're destined to be. Now think about your mission. Think about your purpose on this earth. Are you fully equipped to carry out that mission if you're constantly weighed down by poor food choices? Are you fully prepared to walk in the fullness of your purpose if you're operating from a place of weakness, confusion, and exhaustion? The answer is no. The truth is, you've been given everything you need to succeed, physically, mentally, and spiritually. But that success will only manifest when you take responsibility for what you consume. When you choose foods that serve your body, you're choosing to honor the vessel that was entrusted to you. You're choosing to honor your mind, your potential, and your very destiny. You're making a choice to step into who you truly are, who you were always meant to be. So as you move forward today, I want you to remember one simple truth. Your health is not just a physical issue. It is a spiritual, mental, and emotional one as well. Every meal, every snack, every drink is a decision to either empower or disempower yourself. There's no neutrality here. You are either moving closer to your potential or further away from it with every choice you make. Now it's time to take control. It's time to rise above the food, the habits, and the systems that have been holding you back. The power is in your hands. What will you choose? What will you decide today? I want you to truly think about the weight of what I am saying. When you look at the choices before you, those foods that have become so familiar, so ingrained in your daily routine, understand that they are not neutral. These foods have an agenda. They are not just filling your stomach, they are filling your life with distractions, draining your energy, and stealing your potential. Every time you reach for something that does not serve your body, you are essentially telling the universe, I am willing to settle for less than what I deserve. But I know that you are capable of more than that. You are made for greatness. You are made to stand tall, to run your race with clarity, power, and vitality. Yet we live in a world where we have been conditioned to accept convenience over quality, immediate gratification over long-term fulfillment. And that's where the enemy works most effectively, through subtle distractions, through the foods that we have been conditioned to crave. And so let me ask you, how much longer will you continue to allow the sugars, the processed foods, the artificial sweeteners, and all the other unhealthy temptations to dictate your health and your destiny? The world might try to convince you that it's normal to indulge in these things, to give into these cravings. But I want you to hear this loud and clear. You were never meant to live a life of mediocrity or weakness. Every time you take that step back and recognize that these foods are not just harming your body, but also weakening your spirit, you take another step toward your true self. You take another step towards the empowered life you were meant to lead. But it starts with your awareness, your commitment, and your action. This is not a passive process. This is an active pursuit of the best version of yourself. So, as you begin to make these conscious decisions, understand that they will not only affect your physical health, but also your mental and emotional well-being. The choices you make with food will either bring clarity or confusion. They will either build you up or tear you down. They will either energize you or drain you. And when you make the right decisions, your life will begin to reflect the changes in your body. Your mind will sharpen, your energy will rise, and your spirit will become unshakable. And when you look at the foods that have been attacking you, those processed, sugary, and artificial substances, you'll begin to realize that these are not just products, they are weapons of mass distraction. The more we consume them, the more we are pulled away from our true calling. We become entangled in cycles of craving, of indulgence, of addiction. But when we stop feeding these cycles, when we start feeding our bodies with what they truly need, we break free. And that is the key, isn't it? To break free, to take control over your life and say no more. to rise above the habits and the temptations that have been designed to keep you in a state of confusion, tiredness, and complacency. You have the power to break free from those chains. You have the power to choose life over addiction, health over sickness, clarity over confusion. And you don't need to wait for permission. You don't need to wait for the world to change. The change starts with you right now. Every meal is an opportunity, a choice, a declaration. What will you choose today? Will you choose to continue to feed yourself the very things that have been pulling you down, that have been keeping you from living your fullest life? Or will you make the decision to choose foods that support your health, your clarity, your power, and your purpose? Because make no mistake, the battle for your health is not just physical, it's mental, it's spiritual. It's a battle for your mind, your energy, your focus, and ultimately your life. And you can win it. You can overcome the forces that have tried to pull you into unhealthy cycles. You can choose to rise above the quick fixes, the temptations, and the addictions. You can choose to take control. The power is in your hands, and it's time to claim it. So I urge you to make the change. It doesn't have to be drastic. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just one choice at a time, one healthy decision, one meal, one habit, one step at a time. But let me tell you this, if you make the right choices today, if you choose to nourish yourself with what is good, what is whole, what is pure, then you are setting yourself up for a future that is full of vitality, energy, and purpose. The person you were meant to be is waiting for you to make that decision. Don't wait any longer. The time is now. The moment is here. Your destiny is calling you to step into the fullness of who you are. And it begins with what you put in your body today. So as you leave here today, remember this. The choices you make at every meal, every snack, every drink are not just about food. They are about the future you're building. They are about the life you are creating. You were not meant to be a prisoner to your cravings, to the distractions of the world, or to habits that hold you back from your true potential. You are created to rise, to thrive, to walk in power and clarity, and to fulfill the purpose you were put on this earth to accomplish. The foods you choose to consume either fuel your greatness or hinder your progress. Each decision is an opportunity to step into your highest self, to take control, and to honor the body and mind that were entrusted to you. Don't let unhealthy habits dictate your future. Don't let them rob you of the vitality, the clarity, and the power that you were meant to possess. The time for change is now. The power to transform your life is in your hands. Will you choose to break free from the chains of unhealthy habits? Or will you continue to feed yourself the distractions that keep you from your destiny? The choice is yours. Your health, your purpose, and your future depend on it. Rise up, take control, and choose a life of vitality, strength, and purpose. The best version of you is waiting, and it all starts with what you choose to put in your body today.